Hey there, curious minds. Welcome to I Wonder, the show where we explore the questions you've been wondering about. Today's question comes from Rahshid, who's 11 years old. Rahshid asked, I wonder what's inside a black hole. Wow, what a question. Black holes are some of the most mysterious and powerful things in the universe, and scientists are still trying to figure them out. So, let's unravel the mystery and dive into what might be happening inside one of these cosmic giants.
Wow. Sequence initiated.
All right, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a black hole? A black hole is a region in space where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape its pull.
What? Oh my god.
That's why it's called a black hole. Since light can't escape, it's completely dark inside. But how does something like this even exist? Black holes are usually created when a massive star reaches the end of its life. When a star runs out of fuel, it can no longer support itself against the force of gravity. If the star is big enough, it will collapse in on itself, creating a black hole. In this process, the mass of the star is squeezed into a tiny space, creating an incredibly dense object where gravity becomes extreme. There are also other ways black holes can form. Some black holes may have formed in the early universe, just after the Big Bang. These are called primordial black holes, and they're much smaller than the black holes formed by stars, but still incredibly dense. Once a black hole is created, it continues to grow by pulling in nearby gas, dust, and even other stars. As it absorbs more matter, its gravity gets stronger, and the black hole itself gets bigger. Some black holes can be absolutely massive. These are called supermassive black holes, and they're found at the centers of galaxies, including our own Milky Way galaxy. The supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way is called Sagittarius A star, and it's about 4 million times more massive than our sun.
Crazy!
Now, let's talk about what happens when you get close to a black hole. The outer boundary of a black hole is called the event horizon. This is the point of no return. Once you cross the event horizon, there is no escaping that black hole's gravity. Not even light can get out, which is why black holes are invisible beyond this point. Imagine this. You're flying a spaceship towards a black hole. And as you get closer and closer, the pull of gravity gets stronger and stronger. And once you pass the event horizon, you'd be trapped. No amount of rocket power could save you from falling further into that black hole.
Uh-oh.
Here's the real wild part. As you approach the event horizon, time itself starts to slow down. At least from the perspective of an outside observer. This effect is called time dilation, and it happens because black holes have so much gravity that they warp the fabric of space-time. So, what's inside a black hole? Well, that's where things get real tricky. Once you cross the event horizon, you're pulled towards the center of the black hole, a point called the singularity. And this is where all the mass of the black hole is concentrated into an infinitely small space. At the singularity, the gravitational pull is so strong that the laws of physics as we know them start to break down. And here's where things get even more mind-bending. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, space and time are completely warped at the singularity. We don't even fully understand what happens inside because our current physics can't describe it. Some scientists think that the singularity is a point of infinite density where the fabric of space-time is crushed to an unimaginable degree. And it's almost as if space and time can no longer exist in the way that we understand them.
Amazing.
But what would happen if you fell into a black hole? Well, as you got closer to the singularity, the difference in gravity between your head and your feet would become so extreme that you'd get stretched out like spaghetti. And there is a name for this. It's called spaghettification. And eventually you'd be torn apart by the black hole's gravity.
What?
All right, here's another exciting thing to think about. Some scientists believe that black holes might not just be destructive forces, but that they could be gateways to other parts of the universe. This idea comes from a theory called wormholes. A wormhole is like a tunnel through space and time that could connect one part of the universe to another, or even lead to different universes entirely. The idea is that a black hole could act as one end of a wormhole, and if you entered it, you could travel to another part of space-time. While this theory is exciting, it is still just a hypothesis. Like, no one has ever actually observed a wormhole, and we don't know if they really exist. But scientists are studying black holes closely to try and understand whether they could be portals to other parts of the cosmos. Now, you might be wondering, do black holes last forever? Surprisingly, the answer is no. In the 1970s, physicist Stephen Hawking proposed a groundbreaking idea. Black holes can actually slowly lose mass over time through a process called Hawking radiation. Hawking radiation happens when pairs of particles pop into existence near the event horizon of a black hole. Normally, these particles would cancel each other out, but sometimes one particle falls into the black hole while the other escapes. This causes the black hole to lose a tiny bit of mass. Over incredibly long periods of time, a black hole could evaporate completely due to Hawking radiation. This process could take billions or even trillions of years for a typical black hole, but it means that even black holes aren't forever. Even though black holes are incredibly mysterious, studying them is helping scientists understand the fundamental laws of the universe. Black holes give us ways to test theories about gravity, space-time, and the nature of reality itself. In fact, some of the most cutting-edge research in physics is focused on combining quantum mechanics and general relativity, two of the most important theories in science, by studying black holes. Recently, in 2019, we got our first ever picture of a black hole. Using a network of telescopes from around the world called the Event Horizon Telescope, scientists were able to capture an image of the supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy M87. This was a huge achievement because it confirmed many of the predictions that Einstein's theory of relativity had made about black holes. So to answer Rahshid's question, what's inside a black hole? At the center, we believe there's a singularity, a point where gravity is so strong that the laws of physics break down. But there is still so much we don't know. Some scientists think black holes might even be gateways to other parts of the universe, or that they could slowly evaporate over time through Hawking radiation. Black holes are one of the biggest mysteries in the universe, and who knows what we'll discover about them in the future. One thing's for sure, there is a lot more to explore. That's it for today's episode. Thanks to Rahshid for the amazing question. And remember, if you have a question you've been wondering about, send it our way to www.iwonderpodcast.com. And we might explore it right here on I Wonder. And don't forget to follow this podcast to stay up to date. Until next time, stay curious and keep wondering.